This video is brought to you by Miniature Market. Thousands of board games, discounted prices, miniaturemarket.com.
Hello my friends, the Game Boy Geek here. It is nighttime right now and the moon is coming out, the bats are flying around, the neighbor's lights are on. We're trying to figure out, one of them's not like the other. One of them is a monster, we're trying to figure out which one. Today we're looking at Monster My Neighbor from Z-Man Games. It's for 3 to 8 players, a little card game, a quick one about 20 minutes in length. Let me show you how it's played, I'll see you on the other side. In Monster My Neighbor, it's a 5-round card game where one person each round is going to be a monster and the rest are trying to figure out who they are and get rid of them, and whoever wins is going to get a certain amount of points that round. Now, at the beginning of each of the 5 rounds, we know there's going to be one monster included, but we won't know which one. Each of them has a different special ability. There's going to be one hunter. The hunter is the one that's going to be trying to take out the monster, but it can't be played in the first round. Hide basically does some things, and the wanted is basically the first player card. Those will get shuffled with a certain amount of cards from the deck to make sure that each player has 4 cards. So they're all shuffled out, each player is dealt 4 cards. This is a 4-player game, and then the person with the start wanted would just play it, and then we'd go clockwise. So that player would play this. Now all the cards are played a secret in your hand. Let's take a look at which cards are in my hand. I could play the investigator and look at a player's hand. I'm trying to see if they're maybe the hunter or the monster. The hunter is, I can choose another player. If he has the monster card, he discards it, but I can't play it in the first round. This card has no effect, it's just a villager. Gossip, each player chooses one card and gives it to that player to the left, but this can't happen in the 4th and final round. So I would select a card, we would do that thing, I would look at a player's cards. Let's say I wanted to see this other player's cards to my right, and I would look and I would see that, oh, he just has 2 steals and a hunter, so at this point, he's on my side. Let me just show you. So each player just plays a card, one after another, out into the middle of the table, and basically this is going around in clockwise motion until either the monster plays his card, and basically it's his last card of the round, it's his 4th card, or someone kills him with the hunter. Here's some of the other type of cards people can play. Rumor. You can't play it in the last round. Each player draws 1 card from the hand of the player to their right. Everyone's basically just passing cards around, taking them. Deal. Exchange 1 or 2 cards with a player. Can't play it in the last round. Friend. Choose another player. If he has a hunter card, he discards it and draws 1 card. A friend is essentially a friend of a monster. So if you have a friend card, essentially you are on the monster's team. The dog. Give this card to another player. He discards 1 card face up and adds the dog card to his hand. Basically, you can play this in the last round, and if that player has to you use that, and the player chooses which card. So you'd want to use it in the last round to try to get that player to reveal his monster card so that you could win. Fog. Each player hands 1 card face down, shuffle them in and deal them out. Just a way to randomize different cards. So usually it's just cards moving back and forth, and you're either trying to figure out if you're the monster's friend, or if you can get them to reveal, or if you can kill the monster. So the monster card's going to be passing around, you're trying to kill them. So one of the ways the round can end is the monster itself can discard the card, and this can only happen on the last turn of the round. He displays this, and basically the monster would get 2 victory points, which are essentially coins. This one actually says take 1 additional victory point. So this person, because of his special ability, would get 3. And also, if there was someone who played the friend card earlier, that person's a friend of the monster, they would also win and get 2 points. Now, if somebody got rid of the monster, so let's just say instead of this happening, a hunter picked somebody, and they had to discard the monster. So essentially, the hunter killed the monster. This person would get 2, and everyone else that's not a monster or a friend would get 1. And just like that, if someone had made him discard it with the dog person would get 2, and everybody else that's not a monster or a friend would get 1. And that's the end of the round. You would shuffle them up. Again, there's 5 total monster cards, so there's going to be 1 monster in each round. After the 5 rounds, you count up all the victory points. Whoever has the most is the winner. Now this game has a sort of hidden deduction, hidden roll type of element to it, which is why I was interested in it. Plus it was quick, it's a card game, I'm kind of interested in those types of things. The game itself did not live up to what I had hoped it was going to be. Essentially, I think what this game was trying to be is sort of a love letter-ish game with a certain hidden deduction roll where, you know, the game's very light, there's not that many different cards in there, and you just play a card and you do what the card says. That gave me that sort of love letter feeling. But unfortunately, it's nowhere near as fun as Love Letter because most of the time what you're doing is you're playing a card and you're taking card from an opponent, passing cards to the left, passing cards to the right, putting every card in the middle and redealing them out. There's a lot of randomness here. Sure, over the course of the round, you're trying to figure out who has the monster, but most likely that monster is going to be moving around, probably into your hand at one point, probably into someone else's hand. People are trying to jockey, try to figure out where it may have gone, watching people's reactions, and you're just trying to figure out where it is so you can get rid of the monster at the end. I found it not very fun. I found it sort of boring. It wasn't something that really raised the eyebrows of anybody at the table when we played this multiple times. It's just, there's not a lot there. It's a lot of randomness. Haha, I'll play this. Let's just move some cards. All right, let's get to the end, see if we can figure out who's the monster. You could be the friend trying to become the monster as well, be the friends with the monster and score points with them. But overall, it was a lackluster effort. I don't think this game is that fun. It's pretty boring, it's short, and there's a million other games that use this sort of hidden role genre a lot better, and it does the quick card game a lot better. So unfortunately, I can't recommend this one, and that is Monster My Neighbor.
This video was sponsored by Miniature Market's Review Corner. The Review Corner features podcasts, video, and written game reviews by gamers for gamers. Miniature Market, the online gaming superstore. Thousands of board games, discounted prices. Check them out at miniaturemarket.com.